Welcome back to the RLCTS. We are here at Memphis for race 8 of the season. Looking to complete 85 laps at this track. Let's get down to the starting lineup. On pole is Ryan Acosta in the 92. His teammate, Mitchell Carter, will be starting to his outside. And behind them, you got a pair of Hondas. Ryan Vasquez, third. Austin Murray, fourth. And rounding out the top 5 starters is Noah Hart. Other good qualifiers in the top 10, Beal, Buys, Burns, Robinson, and Davidson. Looking to capitalize on good qualifying position. Patrick Nolan, someone who's having a very rough season, getting a good start in 12th relatively. And looking at the drivers high in points, Dunn LaPrad's got some work to do from 20th, and Eric Monaco has got some work to do down from 24th. And all 36 starters for this race, they all made it. Nobody had to go home through lack of qualifying. That is all for the starting grid. Let's take it down to the track and fire them up. And the field is rolling, all 36 trucks ready to go. As the pace truck comes in, Ryan Acosta will take us to the green flag to kick off the race at Memphis. Teammates going side by side into one. The 29 trying to ride the outside, Mitchell Carter. Ryan Acosta, who's going to get clear of each other first, down to 3. Ryan Acosta is going to take the lead early on as his teammate slots back to second. Keep your eyes on Vasquez. He's going to look at the inside through 1. He takes a very good look. He's got to use 3 and 4 to clear if he's not clear already. Carter leveraging the high side. He's going to find a hole there. Austin Murray behind. Back and forth. As look at going through 1, Vasquez is going to just leave the door open, and 29 is going to take full advantage as he rockets into second. Spots inside the top 10 up for grabs. Noah Hart, Jackson Buys, Brandon Beal up on the outside as they're kind of bottom feeding through 3 and 4, but through turn 1 is a mixed bag. Chrome Lawson in the 54. Back in the show. As taking a look at Vasquez continuing to go down. Carter, he's got himself on the inside. Into turn 1. Acosta really shoots the entry there as Carter gets the exit. And he's going to clear into 3 and take the lead. Top 5 starting to clear out from the rest of the group here. Brandon Beal holding the outside, and top 10 back to Lawson. Just outside the top 10, David Richardson in the 88 this race. And Patrick Nolan, haven't seen him running pretty good at all this season, so this should be a great learning opportunity. Just dig in, try to get a top 15. All the points matter. And you can really see Lawson up on the high side there. But sometimes if you just have a bad entry, it can really cost you a lot. Still plenty of side by side for the time being. Looking at going into 1. See DeLello try to look low. It's sometimes very difficult to hold it, especially when you get that run down the front stretch. It is slightly curved and slightly longer. LaPrade and Armstrong side by side. 2 drivers very high in the points. They have extra incentive to race each other. That's for 33. Beams it around the outside. He's going to get a good run down the back and clear. Looking in Tyler Resendez The 19 had a promising run going last race, but didn't quite get the finish they were hoping for. This race could be a change of favors if you could just get it a little bit better. Vargas 48. This is kind of just inside the top 20. I think that's Bobo Jones is just outside the top 20. That red 62 back there at the top of your screen. As the teammates working on each other, you see they're 1-2, but other group of teammates here, 57, 75. They've got themselves in 10th and 11th. Davidson just took a top 10 spot from DeLello, and DeLello might be looking for that one back. The point situation for the Little Falls drivers. Zayden Davidson's deep in the title fight right now as DeLello is looking for a consistent run of good finishes. It has not been the best season for the 57 so far. They're working on getting past Chrome and Jackson, the 54 and 7 ahead of them. It's taken Noah Hart, 3rd and 4th. Seeing a lot of front separation. Right now the leaders are very kind of far out there. Mitchell Carter, Ryan Acosta, especially Mitchell Carter. He's hoping for a change of fortunes after Pikes Peak. Because last race it all went wrong, and so far everything's going right. But if you're on that FPM box, you're holding your breath till the checkered flag, because nothing's for certain when it comes to racing. Murray's got himself in 3rd, trying to lead this group of Hart and Vasquez to catch up to the top 2. So far, not exactly working in their favor. Brandon Beal holding 6 back there. As taking a look at Acosta, he's had some pretty good sniffs at the back here. And he's looking to make a move down the front. Acosta going into 1. Carter's trying to close the door. Doesn't quite get there. And they're side by side down the back. Good hard racing into 3. Acosta's going to use the inside just a little bit better. And he's going to get the lead there. 92 out front. Still plenty of laps left. These two should get settled in for the long haul instead of battling each other. There's your top 5. And now back to the top 10. Beal there. Jackson buys. DeLello up to 9th. Got the spot from Chrome Lawson. Just outside the top 10. Zayden Davidson dropped spot as well. Let's take a look kind of at the rest of the field here. Nolan sitting 12th. Braden Varga and David Richardson. They're just running inside the top 15. Kind of following each other through. Bob Burns, 15th. Nathan Stapleton's running 16th. See, a lot of drivers have their teammates doing pretty good. Murray's got himself in the top 5. And another driver that has a pretty good teammate right now is Tyler Resendez. Vasquez is up there mixing it up. But the 19 is not so much. Seth Bayless, he's moving up. He's got himself in the top 20. There's Bobo Jones with just outside the top 20. And Miles Mashburn, he started decently well for this organization, but is falling to 21st. William Ayers, actually 23rd for Ayers, 22nd for Mashburn, now dropping the spot to the 62. Eric Monaco, barely inside the top 25. It's tough sledding for this team this race. They've definitely got to step it up to stay in the hunt. Jack Davis, 25th, and Ashton Blevins getting the pass on Tim Simmons. That's for 26th. And rounding out the top 30 is Rogers, DiLorenzo, and a side-by-side between Kyler Shoestry and J.R. Bedard. Bedard looking for the spot to keep around the inside, trying to bring his teammate Terzic with him. 17 drops a bit. And rounding out the back of the field, Jared Schenk, Craig Newhouse, Sean Ard, and Wayne Hovick. The 0 and the 71 in particular, they missed out on Pikes Peak, and they're not running too hot this race either. So they got nowhere to go but up, it seems. Back out front, Acosta is gapped to about 7/10. Trying to hold the gap at this point. Mitchell Carter's looking to bring it down a bit. Did by about 1/10.5 there. Murray's got himself in third. Still the top 5 run as they are. Hart, he's sitting 5th in points. Kind of, I wouldn't say a dark horse for the championship, but he's got a lot of drivers that he could get past here. If he could kind of sign this day off with the top 5, he'll be looking real good. Ryan Vasquez trying to keep up with these two. He hits that high side. It's not really a good corner exit. And Hart's hounding Murray down for third. Murray has not been as consistent. He's got the win already from Richmond, but not sitting very good in points. Barely in the top 10. So he's looking to march on up, kind of impress for a cup ride. So that's his mission here. Looking other drivers. Major Robinson, 6th in points. He's got a win. And he looked pretty good to start at Pikes Peak, but damage kind of held him back from getting a good finish there. So, I mean, you can say that about a lot of drivers. If you took out their bad finishes, they'd be good. But Major has proven that he has what it takes to run consistently good. So he could be a threat by the end of this. Beal has fallen back to 9th. Jackson Baez rounding out the top 10. Looking at some side-by-side back here. Varga has gotten himself to the outside of Mitchell Armstrong. They're getting by Patrick Nolan. Stapleton, the 66, is looking for a way through the traffic. He's looking to get past for 25. And down the front, going into 1 is very tricky for these drivers. You're seeing Varga power around the outside for entry and trying to nail the exit here. Looking for just anything he could get here. Going into 1, Varga's kind of lost a bit of ground, but oh, Stapleton really just kind of afraid on exit. Three and 4, he's kind of getting it back, getting his composure back. Seeing up front, the gap kind of waning and growing as it seems, but Acosta's defense has been strong to this moment. But looking a little further back, Murray is giving some backup here. He's got himself a Noah Hart climbing up, trying to knock this gap down. If they could keep doing this, it could bring the battle for the lead to be very interesting. Galello still got himself inside the top 10. Kind of these little groups that they're forming here. Chrome Lawson, 8th, trying to keep up with it. Getting a little bit down into that inside lane. Looking at some of the drivers not holding up too well. I'd say David Richardson, still relatively new here. He's in the top 15, but it looks like he probably has lost a couple spots and hoping to hold off Patrick Nolan to prevent the bleeding any further. Bob Burns, another one of those inconsistent drivers. Honestly, him running kind of 17th seems like a change of pace. He seems like he's either top 5 or back of the field on a weekly basis. Dunlaprad, he had rough qualifying at one of the races. Nashville, he started rough, but he pulled up through the field to get a good finish, and right now it is looking like he's just kind of stuck in the midfield. A lot of good drivers having that happen. Last week's winner, Bobo Jones, he got himself around the outside, getting the spot on Resendez. Look at some side-by-side up here. One driver who is looking to make some noise, Stapleton, 66. He's got himself trying to pass Zayden Davidson on the low side. Zayden has got himself up on the high side, looking to get past for 7 to put himself in the top 10. He's looking for those top 10 finishes. It has been a while, and now he's got himself hung up around the outside and cleared out, looking for Beal next. Lawson's kind of alone, running 8th place right now, but one advantage that he's kind of got is the very big gap out back. That is over 3 seconds back of an next driver that could potentially take a spot from him. Major Robinson's on the defense. He is having to hold off DeLello a lot here. Speaking of defense, Noah Hart giving Austin Murray a run for his money on the outside. The 47, he's got a case for this race. We just hang outside strong. He'll run it and take 3rd. He's taking 3rd away from Murray. And the top 2 are still the same FPM top 2 we've had all race. If anyone can kind of break through, Noah Hart is that guy. Acosta still leading the train. He's definitely leading those laps. Looking for that lead most bonus for this 92 team. See how far the lap traffic is down the road. It's Ard, Simmons, Hovick, and Newhouse. Currently the back 4 right there. That 97 has taken a tumble through the order. And Acosta is looking to pull this one away. Noah Hart in the top 4. One driver who I think would be nice to see kind of a feel-good story, Vasquez in that 9. He's been top 5 all day. He's just looking to finish the job here as they're really running this green flag run out in its entirety. We're getting near the end of it here. Lawson's catching himself back up to DeLello there as Noah Hart takes 2nd place away. Hart is got one more pass to make, and he's got it good. Taking a look from the top here, seeing the lanes they run. Murray's got himself a little bit back there. But seeing the 47 just run so good, he has got himself a case to make. Murray sitting 4th. Now let's just do a quick little ticker scroll here. Everybody's just running where they are. From the front to the back. Carter down in third now. He looked like he was going to lose a spot to Murray, but Murray's going to open up the green flag pit stops. This is a very risky gamble for the 98. If it can stay green, he's got massive upside, but aside from that, that's all she wrote. Hart, the leaders are staying out now. It's going to be Vasquez and Robinson. Whoa! Ryan Vasquez barely makes it to pit road. Nice save from the 9. Beal coming in. Looking at Mashburn coming in. A lot of drivers staying out in extra time by. Schenk is in. Hovick, Ard, and Acosta. He's going to come in from the lead. Noah Hart's going to lead some lap. A lap, maybe more. Hovick pitting. Got a lot of drivers coming in. 88, 20, 81, 62. DiLorenzo's in. Terzik's in. Noah Hart's in this time. DeLello. Lawson. There go Varga. Armstrong. Nolan's in. Resendez. Bayless stays out. The 13 is not going to lead that time. Hart gets another lap led. Mashburn coming off pit road. And Seth Bayless looks to be coming in. He's bringing in JR, Ashton Blevins, Shoestry, Newhouse. I think that's the last among them to come in. Looking at Bayless getting to the line. And Seth Bayless will lead a lap here. Ayers coming off pit road. Hart had a rough stop. He lost a lot of ground on pit road there. Richardson's got himself behind Jack Davis. Davidson, he may have lost a little bit on pit road, but not as much as he normally does. J.R. Bedard's coming out. Buys. Armstrong. Vasquez looking for the front. Acosta has got himself about 4 seconds behind Austin Murray. Seth Bayless comes out on a slow stop. And there's the leader. Murray has absolutely paid off on that gamble. He is at the slot machines, and it's saying all 7s. He's got himself passing Simmons. Put that 97 lap down. Ashton Blevins is 29th. So after that, there'll only be about 28 lead lap trucks here. Hovick, the last among them. A lot of drivers kind of losing it. There are a lot of spots on pit road. Lawson, Stapleton, and Hart, absolutely. They just did not get the stop they needed at all. Murray's got himself very lucky in his positioning. Austin Rogers, he got past some of those lap traffic. He's raced him for position, so making those passes going to give him some points. And looking all the way back at Acosta, he's got himself behind Johnny DiLorenzo and Seth Bayless. There is no love in manufacture here. That 89 is just running his line. Carter's sitting third. He's on his route to a top 5, looking for a good finish. DeLello's got himself up to 4th. This 57 definitely hit on the pit stop. Brandon Beal's got himself in the top 5. This is especially important for a team looking for those owner's points. So the 76 is about to get a big payout here. Robinson's up to 6th. Varga sitting 7th place. He's right behind Sean Ard, that lapper there. Vasquez only 8th place right now, looking to try to make up some spots. And rounding out the top 10, you see him going right there. That's Buys and Armstrong coming on down through here. Ryan Acosta on the inside. Oh, actually got himself a little bit on the outside there. DiLorenzo is looking to kind of take that spot away from him. The lappers are kind of bullying there as the 8, Mashburn, brings it down pit road. This is unscheduled for the 8 team. And they're going to be hemorrhaging in the points, though. Not a good look for Crossroads in this race. Zayden Davidson sitting 11th right now. Not quite a top 10, but still a decent run. And plenty of time to get past Jackson Buys. We'll do another kind of lead lap drivers here. Resendez, he's sitting there in 12th. David Richardson in 13th, looking to make the pass here. Just kind of learning through experience. Jack Davis sitting 14th. A pretty solid run for Lake Effect so far. They're kind of getting the table scraps. Appreciate all they can have. J.R. Bedard, he qualified rough, but he's up to 15th. Looking schmoove. Eric Bonico sitting 16th. Not the run that this team's been looking for, but still solid, especially other drivers that may not be having as good points days. Very high up in the title fight. Could keep the 52 within relative dark horse status of this championship fight. Burns in 17th. Just doing what he's doing. William Ayers, he's running 18th right now, looking for back-to-back top 20s. That when he actually gets into these races, it seems he finds himself in better finishes than his experience would suggest. And looking at a big pack of trucks here. Bobo Jones, Patrick Nolan racing for top 20. They've got themselves behind Kyler Shoestry. Noah Hart. He definitely kind of cursing the day today since his pit crew let him down. Dunn LaPrade having an uncharacteristically down day late in the race. He's got Stapleton to race, though, trying to hold off that 66 for all the spots that he can defend. Chrome Lawson rounds out the top 25. And right here, Craig Newhouse, last driver on the lead lap. You see Murray, and you see he's coming. He's not leaving any room for doubt this race. In fact, the gap has not come down. It has grown by about 6-7 tenths since the end of the first green flag pit stops. A man on a mission, absolutely, right now. And the worst part is, like, the lappers are not giving Acosta any room to work with. Seth Bayless has been, he's fast, he doesn't have good position, and he's been using it to battle the lappers himself. No love for the 92 team. He got past DiLorenzo at least back there. See the 89 and Acosta's teammate working on getting by. But he is just hanging the outside strong. DiLorenzo making it look easy despite the low track position. DeLello's got himself around Beal. I mean, not sure if that's already happened, but definitely when you have these drivers close together, 4th, 5th, and 6th, they're going to be battling for any sort of positions around each other. Austin Rogers looking for 28th off Hovick there. Maybe not close enough to make a move, but in the future he might be able to get there. Newhouse, he's just holding on to his lead lap status here. I mean, they've got to hold on to lead lap status just in case of any late race shenanigans were to happen. He wants to make sure he can get as many positions as he can. But it really looks like Murray, sooner or later, is going to get that spot on the 34. There's Rogers in the 3s taking the battle to Hovik. Lappers getting a little bit of action as well. Everybody's just taking advantage of just it coming down near the end of this race. Get as many positions as you can before it ends. Looking at these two, giving it a spirited battle. Schenk in front of the 71 could be a bit of a deterrent from sending it into 1. That's what Rogers is going to use. He's going to get through, pick up just one more spot for him. But Hovik's fighting back on the outside. Oh, he goes clear, but over 3. Really rough entry. Hovik gets it back. And you see, speaking of drivers in these battles, one thing that's going to come up here near the end of this race, that this big pack, 19th on back, they have caught Ayers. They're going to be looking for positions every which way. Shoestry has got himself in 20th. And that's Noah Hart. It's 21st. These Toyotas looking maybe to try to make up positions together here within the last 5 laps. So they could just cannibalize each other for positions. Bobo Jones is looking all over the back of William Ayers. Defense goes off for now, as Murray has gotten around Newhouse. 4 laps to go. And it is looking pretty good. You can't say anything yet. You still got to do it. Know what happened last race. The leaders got to commit all the way to the finish. In second place, that's back to Acosta, who is having himself a time with these lap traffic drivers. And the other third and fourth, they're getting pretty close to the back of that 92. Just have a few lappers. But DeLello's taking the battle to the 29. Mitchell Carter not having a good time with the lap traffic, as DeLello is going to take third away. A very important pass here. These high value positions worth more points than your typical position. And coming to the white flag, Austin Murray has left no room for doubt. He's got to get through 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and he'll be on his way. Looking at these drivers, they're kicking the battle up. Ayers getting passed by Bobo Jones. And these drivers are going to have their extra lap to battle, as Austin Murray will take his 2nd win of the season at Memphis. Flag to flag, green flag run. That's a lot to digest, but let's take a look at the scoring coming up. That turned out to be quite the long and demanding race. Well, let's take a look at where everyone finished in this one. Once again, congratulations to Austin Murray for picking up his 2nd win of the season. And great finishes for Ryan Acosta and Zachary DeLello picking up 2nd and 3rd. And Brandon Beal with a much-needed 5th place finish. Looking at some of the other drivers not so lucky after those pit stops, Nathan Stapleton, Chrome Lawson, Dunlap Pratt, and Noah Hart kind of fell down the order. A lot of them at the tail end of a lead lap or a lap down. But everyone finished. Some didn't finish very well. Looking at Miles Mashburn, but that unscheduled pit stop really put him back. And Mitchell Armstrong rocking out here with a top 10. He's going to be looking good in points after this one. Ending it on a high note. And that is all for the coverage of this event. We'll see you next time. Take care.